Hello everyone, my name is Khalior. I bring to you every week the latest news related to Bloodhunt and everything around it, and I make sure to explain the news in a way to better understand what the heck is going on. For posterity, archival, and recording purposes, it is currently Saturday, November 4th, 2023. It is currently 11:20 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Tomorrow we are switching to off from daylight time. We're going back to standard like everyone else. It has currently been 557 days since the official release of Bloodhunt. Currently activated in game is still the Primus Pass, and the current patch is the community update. We are recording this live on Twitch every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're live, feel free to ask questions in chat that are relevant to what I'm going to be talking about. And as a reminder and a disclosure, I'm not a game dev, I'm not bound by an NDA, but I'll do the best to explain the news with some reasonable assumptions, and I do not work for Sharkmob, so stop asking me to add another map, or like to change a gun, or to remove Hand of Glory. No can do. No work for them. No can do to the game. So the news this week, where there's two big news, like mostly that are happening this week. First one is we've got some new Twitch drops that have been announced for the rest of the year. And also we have some community activities. I'm gonna be talking about a big, basically a big update, as I usually do, going through all the activities that are happening in the community. So right now we are winding down from the month of October, all the activities that were planned there, because several projects are, if they have not expired, they are now hitting their end dates. So I want to take a moment to thank everyone that has volunteered to help out to make the month jam-packed with events. It was great to see. Unfortunately, the problem is that we had such an event overload that some of the events that we had planned didn't get as much attention because people were just overwhelmed by how many things that were going on. So there might be some things that have been, I know of at least like one event that has been greatly overlooked by the community that I think should be returning if I manage to convince said organizer to like do a little redo of that event again. Because not a lot of people participated, and I thought that it would be a good idea to just like bring it back, because there were so many things happening, so people didn't know exactly like where to look or where to go. But I hope that all of this like inspired some of you to maybe try to come up with events yourself. And if, as usual, if you need help with that, don't be afraid to ask for help. I am very generous with the help, and all my DMs are open on all social media platforms that you can find me. So don't be afraid to ask. I already had like a bunch of discussions with some people. As usual, also, it's not everyone that talks to me or that asks for advice that actually ends up getting back to me with an event to organize. So whenever I'm saying that there's some people that are organizing some things, don't take that for granted. It just means that there are some people that have been expressing their interest in organizing some things, and I give them like the steps or like some advice, and then they go like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, see if there's anything that I can do, and then they never come back to me and they go like, well, it turns out it was too much work. And then I say, well, you could have asked for help. I could have done that like in, I don't know, an afternoon. Could have organized the whole event for you. So yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help if you want to organize some things. So for events that ended or are ending, we're going to take a look at that. So first thing is, last weekend we had the PC Trios competitive tournament And we got some winners and a feedback form for this. So, competitive trios tournament number 2. Should probably add PC to this. First place was Team Patchmade. Second place was Team Romanian Frog Leg Pizza. And third place was the Silly Goose Society groups. So, yes, we've got a whole list, detailed list. Did I forget to just tweet and retweet that? I guess I forgot to do that, so let's do that. As I'm just realizing that must slip my mind. All right. So if you want to see the results are there. We can see the placement points and the kills and the players who were part of this. So the players of the 3 teams that won, you got Not6, Patchmade J Jabori, Nevi, Soup and Dub Freak, and Cup of Blood, Istinto, and Raze. And yes, you see some details about this. The event went very well, apart from at least 1 or 2 resets, if I remember correctly. Yeah, went very well. This was hosted by I Clutch Cheeks, who did very good job casting the event. Now, of course, there's some people that are asking, okay, that's good, that's fine, the event is done. When's the next one? Right? I've already got some DMs at people asking me, do you know what's the date of the next one? I don't know. It depends. There's got to be some things maybe in the organization that needs to be done. And as I've always said in the past, it's not necessarily because the Sanguine Bloodhunt Society organizes a tournament or organizes an event that it means that they have a lock on that event. It could be anyone that organizes these kinds of events. If ever you feel like doing one, there are some hoops to jump through. There are some requirements to meet, and there are some particular challenges, especially if you want to make a competitive event. So there is. I'm going to be talking about that. I might as well just talk about that now. There have been a few people that have been showing their interest to organize tournaments, and I've been hearing from them. I don't recommend, however, if you want to organize a tournament, that's fine. If you want to organize a competitive one, if you haven't taken care of just a kind of a basic event for Bloodhunt beforehand, just dealing with the particular circumstances of how things work in the Bloodhunt community and working with the community managers, maybe just not have hey, here's my first event, I'm going to do the most complicated and the hardest one first. Especially because, let me take a moment here. Especially because competitive events usually will wake up the worst part of certain individuals inside the community. There's a theory that goes around that competitive also means you're gonna have you're unmistakably you're gonna have toxic personalities or toxic traits, or people that will be super aggressively competitive, and that will permeate wherever they're doing at the time. And that's not just for Bloodhunt, it's just in general. You got to be able, as an event organizer, to be able to take that heat. And also you need to, especially for Bloodhunt, because I know about that, you need to take scrutiny from the community team if ever there is drama. Because your event becomes sponsored by Bloodhunt, and therefore it's sponsored by Shark Mob. And therefore, if ever there's possible litigation that's looming on the horizon, the chances are that you might not be allowed to either make or participate in these kinds of events in the future. Now, that's just the kind of basic frontline kind of thing, consequences that might happen when we're talking about that, and we're talking about drama associated to events. I'm sure because I've organized a bunch of things before, and I've been in the background of a bunch of other events that you've seen in the community in the last year or such. There's no event that is 100% clean. There's always some drama in the DMs or in the Discord or whatever. Like, there's no event that's 100% clean. There's always someone that's trying to, find their, like, try to negotiate their a back way deal of trying to get some prizes or try to get an advantage over others. There's always people that are willing to, like, challenge the rules or go against the rules or just go like, well, you didn't like, you didn't specifically say this in the rules, so technically everything's good with me. So it's all that kind of stuff. It's all that kind of heat, all that kind of drama that maybe you might not want to organize in, like, as your first event. Maybe, like, and I've already told, like, a few people that have contacted me to try to organize tournaments. Maybe try to organize just a basic event first, just to see if you can handle it, and also for the community management team to be able to see, like, okay, you're able to handle this. There's already a little base of trust in the way that you organize things that they can see on their end. And that goes a long way. And also inside the community, people will get to, like, know your name, and people will get to know you as someone who's organizing events, someone who's, an event has gone by, there's been no drama, or there's you get the feeling that if ever there were mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. You're able to, like, show that you're able to, like, kind of build a little bit of, like, credibility inside the community and the community management team. That goes a long way. And that there's a specific individual that says about me that I'm being favored by the Bloodhunt devs. It's not necessarily that. It's because that I have built over many events a lot of credibility and a lot of, I've been able to show that I'm absolutely serious, and I'm trying to be as fair to everyone as possible. That goes a long way. So I'm not necessarily favored in that way. It's just that, in terms of, like, trying to give some prizes or access or credibility to some things, there are people that you can trust, and there's some people that are just like, well, you gotta prove to us that you can actually handle this. So anyways, sorry, that was a little bit of explanations. It's just, like, kind of like to warn a few people that have been, I've already had that discussion with a few people, like I said, that have been trying to organize, like, right off the bat, here's my first event, competitive. Just like, no, I'm going to try to discourage you from doing it. You can do whatever you want, of course. If you want to go like, hey, Khalior, I can do this right off the bat, competitive event. I've done events before. I'm going to be like, okay, sure. If you got some experience, go ahead and do it. No, it's no bones off my back. Like, I'm not, I'm just a member of the community. I'm not a community manager. I can't tell you what to do. But yeah, that was a little bit of an editorial about this. It's just that if ever you come at me with that kind of stuff, I'm going to try to discourage you if you try to go for competitive, like, right off the bat. I'm going to see, like, try to make an event, try to make a mini tournament before, it's something a little bit like, no, you can get your feet in the water and all that. Anyways, that being said, let's get back to the news. So that was the our event that happened. We got our winners, we got our prizes given. Another event that happened and went by, the creepy crawler winners that we got there. Nero Young, Rottaljot, Azarath, and Happy Halloween, aka Moonkin, Cherry Pop, and Jack Stein. We were winners of some prizes of their choosing, and the grand prize winners were Bleed and Luna, who managed to grab not just the prizes of their choosing, they grabbed all the prizes. So there were the 3 usual prizes that we give out these days: the 2 outfits and the tattoo, and there was also a flesh shaper mask. And you could choose between each one of the ones that you wanted, except for the flesh shaper mask, if you were one of the 3 here. And yeah, the grand prize winner just won a code for all of those. So there you go. So that was another event organized by Starbuck. I hope that she will be motivated to have other events in the future. That was very fun to do, personally, having tried it with Supernova. It's very fun. Another event. So that event ended. The next event to end is the Fashion Victims event for Halloween themed. So this was the voting week. Voting ends tomorrow morning. So if you haven't given a little look at the 6 people that were chosen, 6 outfits that were chosen, go ahead, go click on that, go on that tweet. That there is a link for the vote, for the form to vote. I hope that I'm gonna see if like at some point we can maybe like we will like maybe like display other people that have been submitting their outfits, because especially for this one for Halloween, I don't think that there was like maybe there was 1 or 2, but like a great majority of the outfits that were submitted were just like, you know, my 2 judges were just like, oh, this is tough this week. This is really, really tough. People are getting good. Like they're the drip game is strong with some people. So yeah, remember to go vote. And I'm hopefully going to be able to announce the winners tomorrow, probably in the evening. We're going to see. Scourge of Saltiness. If you have a question about Bloodhunt, just type it in the chat. If it's relevant to what I'm gonna be talking about, then I'm gonna answer it. If not, I'm gonna wait until after I'm done with the recording here, and I'll answer you on the stream. Another event that ends this weekend: the Lunatic's Riddles. Lunatic's Riddles. Yeah. So far, I only have 1 winner. I got a bunch of people that have submitted their answers. Some of them were very close. You know, they got at least like half of the questions right. They still need to like some people have been requesting me like, please give me another shot. So yeah. So if people want another shot, I've reset everyone's answers this morning earlier. So if ever you want to have another shot at trying to like maybe grab a prize, so you do this weekend, probably tomorrow evening at the end of the weekend, I will actually shut down. I will close down the form, and then eventually I'll announce the winners, of course. But I mean, I will announce the answers to the riddles. Eventually, I want to make a little video out of it, or maybe a stream. We're gonna see. And yeah, any prize that hasn't been claimed will be reused in some capacity. I would say very soon, because I still want to make events. I still want events to happen. They're just probably not going to be like as elaborate as the other events that I've been making. We're gonna see. We still want some things to. We still want some things. We still want some codes out there, you know, for people to grab, because like right now, there's a few people that I know we are sitting on a bunch of codes. It's just like we need some events to happen to actually distribute them to the people in the community. But we need to get you to do something for them. We can't just like do giveaways all the time, or otherwise it's just boring. So yeah, have another shot at it this weekend. In terms of future events, some people already know. You can mark your calendars on November 11th. So that's in 2 weeks from now. There is going to be just a fun Q sniping event in duos that's organized by Daddy Demon and Happy Dabs. So that's where you dress up like the whole theme of it. It's not being like, it's just a fun thing. If you want to follow the theme, follow the theme. The theme is old-time gangster. You know, you dress up with the best of your abilities out of an old-time gangster, and you run old-time gangster weapons, such as the pistols, the Tommy gun, the toggler, and the hunting rifle. That's what you do. It's a wanted. It's a one. That's my best New York accent, I guess. So, yeah, it's just for fun. There's no one's gonna be like looking like, oh, are you dressed appropriately, or you know, are you using the right weapons? It's none of that. It's just for fun. During that time, everyone dresses and plays the same kind of way in duos. And yeah, it's going to be streamed, of course, on Daddy Demon and Happy Dabs streams. So mark your calendars if ever you want to be a part of this just fun event happening there. Another thing that is still going on is the Halloween Murder Mystery. So if you've been following, even if you haven't been following, there's the link for it. The community managers have put together a little event involving Omnis and one of their ghouls, if I remember correctly. I remember the last time I said something like that, I was corrected. That was murdered, and you need to, with the clues that have been posted on this website. Is a ghoul, right? Is a ghoul. Okay. You need to discover exactly. You need to figure out what were the details of how this event happened, who did it, when, and how. And you try to, with the clues that you have there, you try to make a logical deduction. And so the form to send your answer is there. It's available. You try to make sense out of all of the parts that were there, and if they will select 3 winners out of the people who send the best deductions. There's of course, you know, a little part of, you know, some criteria, your your perceptive abilities, deductive skills, and creative results of your thinking of what exactly happened. You can get you can win this box of prizes that you got there. Some very rare merch you cannot purchase anywhere except maybe the CD. No, I believe last time I checked for merch for the CD, all physical CDs were gone from the store. Which is a shame. I wanted to get one. But yeah, there's no other way for you to get Bloodhunt merch. So there's 3 lucky winners who will be sent these very, very cool and rare prizes. And you have up until November 13th to submit your answers, and then they will be picked apart. Some winners will be announced following that. After that, another thing to mark your calendar with. On November 18th, we will have FUNament number 6. FUNament number 6 that will be happening. It is a duos event. It will be happening at the usual time. And yes, we will give out there will be 2 prizes given to viewers if you're not participating in the event and you're just going to be on the Twitch stream. But I still see no reason for any of you to not be participating in the event. Basically, it's still just an event where you play Bloodhunt for 2 hours, you submit your scores, and then you have a chance to win. Win what? Win some cosmetics, and also win some tokens that you can spend in the in-game store. Personally, I wouldn't say no to 3,000 tokens or 2,000 tokens or even 1,000 tokens. You know how long it takes for me to grind 1,000 tokens? Not that long, actually, but but still, it's a good shortcut to get yourself some cool cosmetics that you have inside the store. So Yeah, and there's two parts to that. You've got the people that are just playing just to play, and there's also going to be a part that is going to be the focus on the stream. That is just going to be the people that want to be the best of the best, the kill racers, that are going to be fighting each other, trying to get as many kills as possible. As usual, this is the normal format of the FUNament, but mostly I think I'm just going to stop announcing about the kill race, and I'm just gonna be like telling people it's just you play for 2 hours and there you go, you win prizes. There's people that even didn't play for the whole 2 hours. They just played 3 matches, submitted their scores, and then went like, I need to do something else during my day. You let me know if ever I win later. They do. That's what happens. You know, it's easy as that. Right. So FUNament, November 18th, you can already sign up here. You can look at the Google form. Inside there's a document for FAQ. And if you don't know how to fill out the form, there is a link to a video where Far explains to you exactly how you're meant to fill in the form. So, yeah, sign up, mark your calendars. If ever you want to be a streamer that is going to be streaming for the kill race and you want yourself to be featured on the Bloodhunt game Twitch channel, make sure that that you're actually going to be streaming. There's a few extra rules that have been added for streamers, just to kind of compensate some unwritten rules that were there in the past, and something that a couple of things that happened last event. We're trying to avoid some stuff to be happening. But yes, if you're going to be like one of the people that are going to do specifically focusing on the kill race to be the best of the best during that event, there's a special kind of rules for streamers that have been added there. If you're just going to be playing for 2 hours, you're fine, you're good. But you can already sign up, so we know how many people are going to be interested. And yeah, mark your calendars to make sure that you're actually going to be there. All right. Khalior, you might say. That's not a lot of events. Shouldn't there be more events? Well, you see, the thing is, that's where you come in. You can help make events or giveaways. I talked about this, or fun activities for the community. If you need help with that, you've got Far in the chat. You've got myself. You can send us some DMs. They don't need to be extremely elaborate events. They don't need to be necessarily like you gotta play Bruja with only the fire axe and toddler between this date and that date or whatever. They can just be like fun events. Like I have to remind some people there was there were some like incredibly like totally made up events that happened in the past. There was someone that played hide and seek. There was some people that played some people that played within those 2 hours try to find me in the match and melee me to death. I get to use all the weapons that I can to stop you, but you have to just try to melee me to death, and then you'll have a chance at a giveaway or something like that. There was an event where it was just basically it was a Bloodhunt dating game. That happened. So you see, it doesn't necessarily need to be like all things and you need your tracker GG link to see your performance and all of this. It can be like it's your creativity and your imagination that determine exactly what you want to do and how that can be done in the format. Yes, exactly. I played hide and seek with Mo and his friends once and it was great. Yeah, that's another one that he did too. I believe that the melee one was him as well. But I'm thinking about like some other people that tried to do some events inside the community. So yeah, it doesn't always have to be like either performance or quests, or you need to find some cool screenshots and all of this. Like we can have like other kinds of formats, but it's up to you to come up with like some creative ideas of what exactly you'd like to see. Yeah, so if you need help, don't be afraid to ask. And you might also say, hey, Khalior, weren't you supposed to have a big giveaway with like some Bloodhunt codes and a lot of things for those who follow your stream this month? And I say to you, you are quite correct. My schedule is incredibly packed this month, and right now I'm looking tentatively, okay, at a November 25th day or event, or that's when the giveaway is going to be happening. It's going to be confirmed soon-ish. I will announce it in advance because I know that there are some prizes that people are looking trying to get their grabby little hands on to have as cosmetics in Bloodhunt. So I always make sure to like warn people in advance whenever that's going to be happening. And yeah, I need to lock it down, also lock down the prizes and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Some news about that soon. And you might also say, okay, so the purple paint outfits, didn't you used to give out those codes, Khalior? Is like, yes, I used to give out those on my streams. I will start very soon giving those again on my stream. The also known as the Intel codes, purple paint outfit and Candy Kid eyeglass combo. I will start to give them back on my stream as I used to. There are still some codes that are on my Twitter that have not been claimed as far as I know. But I will be at some point, probably, I hope today, after the stream probably, I will be posting, I'll go through all of the codes, all of the posts that I've made that no one has answered to say that, hey, I've claimed it. And I'll be making a post about it if you want to have a shot at them. There's no way for me to verify if they've been claimed or not. So if ever you are looking for one, maybe you're going to go through some of those links and let me know if some of them have been claimed or not. Because I can't know, but I know that there's a whole bunch of them that are still on my Twitter, as far as I know, unclaimed. But I will start doing the purple paint giveaways back again. So, will there be a special skin if you manage to win No Nut November? Why? I forgot that No Nut November was a thing. Is it still a thing? I don't know. Can Kindred actually do No Nut November? Is that a thing? Anyways. I know it's a meme. I know it's been like beyond a meme. It's been memed to death and then brought back from beyond the grave and then buried again and then, it got back out and been elected as president and then put back in the ground again. Anyways. So, that was the events. All of that stuff about events. Now, for the community, there's one more item to discuss. It's the community voting. So, yes, they can. It's easy for them. Okay, thank you, Supernova. So the voting of the week. So these were the results that we got last Sunday. And we've already been playing with this all week. So we had Old Town Square, Red Light District, and Rooftop Restaurant with 50% of the votes. Really liked the combination of Red Light and Rooftop. Those two together were very fun to play. At 57% of the vote, like absolutely no surprise, Marksman Rifle, Assault Rifle, Toggler, and Silence SMG. And of course, at no surprise, and apparently it was to the surprise of some people, and I don't know why, but yes, at 57% of the votes, Hand of Glory and the Boots have been back inside the game. It's been, I believe we had 2 weeks without the Hand of Glory. Now suddenly the game has changed. So it's kind of good. I've been seeing the comments of some people is just like saying how the meta changes the moment that the hand is in the game or isn't in the game. And that's kind of like the point of the artifacts, is to like switch up the play style. The Hand of Glory is probably the artifact that has the most impact because, it's either you see your opponent or you don't. or how you attack players or how you are being attacked. So probably the artifact that has the most impact, unfortunately for the people who want it removed, there's not enough commotion, there's not anything that's game breaking enough for the community managers to ask Sharkmob to send over some devs to do anything about the Hand of Glory. So like I said to some people, at this point, it's been several months. You gotta adapt and accept that the Hand of Glory is something that is in the game. I know that there's some people that will refuse to play the game if the Hand of Glory is active during the week. That's up to them, the way that they play. I know that for some people it's very frustrating. They get really angry about it. We gotta deal with it right now. That's the only way. Yeah, so that was these were the votes. And now the voting choices that we've got this week that will be expiring tomorrow. So go inside the game and go vote on them. What we got in terms of artifact combos, we've got Hand of Glory and the Boots again, both of them together. We got the Crow Famulus and Rourke's Ram. And then option 3, we've got Eye of Thorns and Noddest Volume. Very likely we are probably going to see option 1 again, unless there is a big shift inside the community where, I don't know, people seem to be very split on the existence of Eye of Thorns and Rourke's Ram, and I think like in terms of like min-maxing or what's the most cost benefit kind of combo that we've got here, I think that option 1 of the Hand of Glory and Boots is going to be the one that's going to be selected by the community. But then again, the community has surprised me in the past, so that would be interesting. For TDM maps, we've got Library, Rudolphinum, and Graveyard, Memorial Park, Divine Disco, and Burning Church, and then Slaughterhouse, Harbor, and Old Town Square. Yeah, play with whichever one you are interested in playing with. Personally, if ever you are not interested in the TDM maps, it doesn't bother you, and you have like a vote to throw away, I would suggest not choosing option 2 personally, because I've played enough Divine Disco in my lifetime currently, and any of the other ones are good. Personally, probably a preference for option 3 because the AI, the bots are a little bit weird in the Rudolphinum map, personally. But, it's up to you to decide whatever you want to play. Now, for the legendary weapons. Option 1, we've got Sniper Rifle, Pump Shotgun, LMG, and Double Barrel. Option 2 is Hunting Rifle, Marksman Rifle, Tommy Gun, and Silenced SMG. And option 3 is Revolver, Pistol, Dual Pistols, and Auto Shotgun. Now remember, all of these selections are randomly generated. There's no hand of a dev that goes in to manipulate those, except when we've got a week where they introduce something new. That's when they change. They force a little bit some of the vote, but the rest of the time it's all random. I think that probably option 1 or option 2, I think, have a good possibility of being selected, even though I really would like option 3 to be selected, because of course the fabled gold revolver, it's a meme at this point, since we've got the option to choose. Since we've got the community vote in, the revolver has never been chosen. Unfortunately, the combo is pretty terrible in what we've got in terms of options here, because a pistol and dual pistols and a revolver all together, not a lot of people are going to be as satisfied with that. Some people want to have a more automatic weapon like the LMG and the Tommy gun, or even the Silenced SMG, something where you can just spray and pray. That seems to be very the constant that I've remarked in terms of legendary weapons when the community chooses week after week. So that's why I'm saying probably option 1 or option 2 are going to be selected. There's a good a good mix of long range and close range and precision shooting and spray and pray, like I say. So either one of these are probably going to be the ones that are chosen. Even though, like Sashiro here says, don't know if you can see it. Sashiro has been asking for. He would like to test out. He would like to test out the sniper rifle and the Eye of Thorns together, just to see how much of a one shot with a golden sniper rifle. What the one shot potential of shooting someone with a golden sniper, someone that is currently possessing the Eye of Thorns. That would be very, very fun. If ever there was a way to get a private server with like able to like to control modifiers, force everyone to have Eye of Thorns and a sniper rifle, that would be very, very fun. Anyways, we're gonna see. Maybe it's gonna be happening in the future. We have seen Eye of Thorns come back once in a while. He does love his snipers, absolutely, Krim. So yeah, go make sure that you go vote. You go lock in your votes for this weekend. It is tomorrow evening. In terms of East Coast, tomorrow evening that is going to be chosen. So the other big news of this week are the Twitch drops. I completely messed out that sentence. So the Twitch drops that we got this week are a mix of returning items that we got from the past couple of months. So we've got the To The Point makeup, the Punk outfit, the Onyx Tears makeup, the Riot outfit, the Feline Siren mask, Desert Knight outfit, Villainous makeup, and Dandy or Daddy outfit. That you get to claim from watching 7.5 hours of view time from any of the top 100 streamers for November. If you want to get a look at the list, I have tweeted it in the past right here. That's what you got. If ever you want to see a little look at the list of people that are there, usually the people will have drops or something related to drops at the beginning of their stream title, and when you enter inside their stream, you are going to see a little pop-up at the top of the chat to say that, hey, you can get some drops from this person. I can't believe I'm on that list, Hooligan. Hello. So yeah, well, for the people that managed to make that list, to be a part of that list, when I've looked at the list, it was you at the moment that at the date and time where the list was being put together, the people that were around number 100 in that list had played at that time over the last 30 days around 20 hours. They had streamed around 20 hours of Bloodhunt. So that's kind of a benchmark that you can maybe set for yourself if you're a streamer and you want to be a part of the list for next month. At least get yourself 20 hours. If you want to know a little bit more details about that, then yeah, join the Bloodhunt Discord, join the Inner Circle chat, which is the content creator chat, and we can give you the details on exactly like how to look for this. Or you can send me a DM and I'll tell you how it goes. Yes, and the actual like the big news. The big news. So these are the rewards that we are getting. It's a bunch of repeats that we got for the whole week. You can claim all of these in 3 sets of items. You get 3 in the first 2 hours and a half of viewing, then 2 for the next 2 hours and a half, and then the last 2 hours and a half you get 3 more. So it's Riot outfit, Feline Siren, Feline Siren mask, Desert Knight outfit, and then it's the Villainous and Dandy, and then To The Point Punk and Onyx Tears items. Now, Here's the real thing, though. Here's the real thing. We got the Bloodhunt drops for the rest of the year. So starting next Friday, hold on, they just updated the carousel here, so I need to just click through this. So starting next Friday, we will have, as we've had in the past few months, we've had one new item and a returning drop from the past that is not obtainable like inside the game ever then throughout drops. Now, when I say new items, a lot of them are recolors. I know that some people have been like sticklers this week when I've been saying that these are new items and saying like, well, these are not exactly new items, they are recolors, therefore I don't consider them new. I consider them new because they were not made available beforehand and now they are, so therefore they are new items. So for that couple of people that wanted to argue with me about that, I don't know what else to say. So yes, starting November 10th, we've got the Toreador, the male Toreador only king outfit, which looks kingly, honestly, and the returning Octafocals eyewear. The male Toreador serpent outfit, which got some, I don't know if you can see this on stream, but if you look closely, it's got kind of like a little scaly design, and it's got like nice hues and tones of green there to look like a serpent skin. The return of the ancestral expression makeup, which is not just the makeup, it's got a little bit of pink, and you've got a bright fluorescent in some way, green tattoo on the right side of the face. You have the returning Feel the Burn outfit for females. It's a generic female one. And you will have the new Renaissance male Toreador only outfit. And then the next week on December 1st, which is probably when we don't know exactly, but it's probably the week when the new list of top 100 streamers is going to be taking into effect. That is going to be the graphic statement makeup, aka the Kratos makeup. The new Mercy outfit, which is for male Bruja only, which is, again, it's a recolor, like I said. The following week is the return of the extraterrestrial threat makeup, and like keep in mind that the makeup is just the red lines here. This is a tattoo that's a part of another like full body tattoo set. That's the roses that you see on the side. We will get the new blue margin outfit, which is a green quality outfit for male Nosferatu only. And then an actual, like, it's not a recolor, it's something that we've never seen before. The zombie walk emote. The only time that we have seen this was for the summer patch last year. It was a part of the trailer there. And we saw just a second. For a second, we saw a glimpse of that emote, and we were all wondering, when exactly is that going to be a part of the game? Well, now it's there. Why release it on December 15 and not release it in time for Halloween? I have questions. Maybe the community managers are going to be able to answer us. Maybe there's some. Maybe they tried to get it ready for Halloween, but probably the process of making it available, there might have been some issues. They might have called some people saying like, hey, we want to release this emote, but there's a problem, there's a bug, and someone had to look into it, and therefore they had to move it in the schedule to later. We don't know exactly. And then we're gonna get the recolor, a new recolor of the Snake and Bones outfit for male Toreador only. Now, I know you've been seeing a lot of male Toreador only in the part of this set, just like the previous one. There was a lot of male Bruja only outfits that were made available. there could be a whole bunch of reasons as to why you're seeing those. Maybe it's just that the I don't know, like why that's that, why it's like that. There's a lot of possible speculation that can be made about this, but certainly to be putting all the male Bruja and then all the male Toreador and not have any female versions, I can speculate about like a whole bunch of different reasons why that was made that way, but certainly they are not hiding the fact that, you know, it's been like 2 series where they've been doing that kind of on purpose. So I would like, I don't think that it's worth like wasting my time on speculating about that, but it's having an explanation about why they've done it that way would be very interesting to know, since especially, you know, I mean, you know, some people that know inside the community the state of the game and all of that is like, why not at this point? Why not tell us about this? But maybe there are, I know of a few possibly under NDA reasons why they would not tell us about that. But yeah, it's up to them to let us know exactly why they're doing this. Someone wants to ask them a question about that. We're gonna see. Love they're bringing back OG stuff. Yeah, I like that they are. I like that they are like constantly, like week after week, bringing back some items that we could only get in drops. Especially since we've got some the community that we have now has always been changing. We always had a roster of, you know, OG people and some people that are returning or just discovering the game. And so the moments where these items were available like back earlier in the year or last year or something like that, they are able to go and grab them again from the streamers. So yeah, that these items are able to be back. I'm also happy to see recolors. Personally, having more choices, like to have matching drip sets, like, yeah, why not? I'm not saying like, am I not like, would I be even more content to have female versions of a lot of outfits? Absolutely. Do I have a theory as to why probably we don't have a lot of female outfits? Yes, probably. Yeah. But a lot of that involves, as you know, they've said like about like even like the recolors. There are probably some reasons why we're seeing the recolors now. Especially if there's some people that have looked in the game files like for like months and months and months ago, have released videos that contain like a lot of these recolors that have been always a part of the game files. It's just that they've never been made available yet. The reasons behind why we're seeing them now, or why we haven't seen them before, or why there are some things that there might be some things that we never see inside the game ever, like being obtainable. There's probably a whole dozen different reasons why. There might be like some bugs, and even if there are very small bugs, it still requires an actual developer to go look at these bugs, which is developers is not something that we have for this game anymore. So I leave that discussion up to the community managers. If ever you want to ask some respectful questions inside the Discord to try to get them to talk about all of this. I'm probably not the best person to answer those questions in terms of that. So, continuing the last bit of news that I've got, we did not have a Bloodhunt lore video from the community team this week. However, our own Mera'din Unknown has just released this morning his own video about Custos. About the character Custos, especially in regards to the little bits of lore that have been revealed by the community management team recently. Very, very, as usual, like the Mera'din like loads those lore videos with like a whole bunch of information that I sometimes need to pause to just like pick apart exactly what he said, but yes, it's putting together all the little bits of lore and dialogue, puts them together so we have a better idea of who exactly Custos is, and he's, as are all of the characters inside of Bloodhunt. Super interesting character with a lot of background, a lot of lore, and this guy's been there for quite a while, has some interesting ties to different sorts of people. The octahedrons that you pick up around the city that to reveal some of the little bit of stories when you're trying to get like the mastery banners to find some octahedrons around the map. So they put out stories, and there's a specific story that involves Custos in there. There's also some lore entries for certain weapons that tied to him. Mera'din just put all of that together to give us a better idea of what seems to be just a very, a very gentlemanly, innocuous character that tells us welcome back whenever we get back in the Elysium. Oh, there's a lot of stuff about this character. Very juicy. Would love to see more story about him in the future. Unfortunately, probably not gonna happen, but still some very good juicy information. And also in that video, at the beginning of the video, Mera'din mentioned that he might be doing a few more lore videos whenever he has the chance to kind of tie up all of the little videos that they've been releasing, that Bloodhunt's been releasing with a little bits of lore. So kind of like revisiting probably some videos that he's done in the past. Yes, and I completely forgot to mention it. Thank you, Gregorian, for mentioning it. Inside the... Oh, I feel bad for completely forgetting to posting this. Inside the Bloodhunt Secrets channel, Mera'din has posted the information about the famed Seneschal entry. So in the lore, whenever you're unlocking the lore with the octahedrons and you go through the lore entries, some people want to organize, you want to like figure out exactly, did you unlock everything? So as you're going through it, you might notice that there's a section that's all about roles inside the Camarilla. So you've got the prince, you've got the herald or the harpy, and blah 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 blah. And there's an entry for Seneschal, and the entry is locked. And some people were asking, like, how do we unlock it? What do we do? And if you don't already know, that's already been stated in the past. Seneschal was an entry that was supposed to be unlocked with the Tremere, with the Scholar, as we were supposed to get. Probably, we're supposed to get the Tremere Primogen coming inside of the Elysium. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But someone forgot to not add the entry for Seneschal, specifically because the lore that was supposed to be displayed there did not exist. But Mera'din, and I haven't asked him how exactly he got his hands on that, but he has the official entry for Seneschal along with the card. Usually there's a card that goes along with it, like to display it inside the UI to say like this is the Seneschal card, because they all have a deck of cards and related to that. It's all a part of the UI. Yeah, you've got the official entry for the Seneschal that he posted there because it was not supposed to make its way inside the game. It had not been written yet, so I don't know exactly how he got his hands on that. But as far as I know, as far as Mera'din posts, that post is official canon. So, yeah, if ever you go in the Bloodhunt Secrets channel and you scroll up or you do a little search for Mera'din or search for Seneschal, you're going to find that entry. And thank you, Gregorian, for reminding me. I completely skipped on that. I kind of remember the busy work day that I was in when that was posted, and I completely forgot to mark it down. I believe Tobias helped track it down. Oh, that's good. That's good. Little background lore that we got here. So that's it in terms of news. I said I didn't have like a lot to talk about. I still made it through an hour, but that's what we got. So what to expect now? Right now we've got, for this weekend, we've got the Lunatic's Riddles that are still ongoing. They're still open. I'm gonna close that up tomorrow evening. We've got the vote for the vote for fashion victims, if ever you want to go vote for that. You've got, of course, the vote for the community vote inside the game. On November 11th, you've got the Bonnie and Clyde duos Snipe event. You've got the Halloween murder mystery organized by the community managers that you can submit your entries up until November 13th. And you've got some Purple Pain outfit codes probably that are somewhere on my Twitter over the month of October that haven't been claimed yet. Yeah, in terms of events, and you've got the FUNament that is going to be the next FUNament that's going to be happening on November 18th. Like I said, not a lot of big density amount of events that are currently happening, but it's up to you, the community. If ever you want some things to happen inside the community, some events, some activities, some fun tournaments, some other snipes, it's up to you to get them to get to organize them, and also let me know so I can at least give you a little bit of exposure. There's a bunch of people that follow my Twitter that like to follow for news or events and not necessarily follow this video or the stream to know exactly what's going on. So yeah, it's up to you. Tell your friends. Remember, the game is in our hands right now. It's the community. It's a game that's driven by the community. So community is the key. Community is the way forward. Yeah. If we, the game will only die if we let it die. As long as there's people playing the game, still the servers are still going to be up. So yeah, help each other out, play the game. Don't burn yourself out though, trying to complete those masteries. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, and like I said, at some point during this month, I'm gonna let you know. You'll save the game by yourself, Cup of Blood. Of course. So, yeah, I'm gonna have a giveaway, a community giveaway for my followers. That's gonna be happening at some point this month. I'll let you know in advance, and then, yeah, that's it in terms of the news. That's it for us here. I'm gonna stop waffling around and just end the recording. So remember, everyone, to be kind to each other and to yourself. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.